High net worth clients frequently ask us, if all of my wealth is held in trust, do I really need a prenuptial agreement for my son or daughter? And that can be a complicated and nuanced topic, but generally speaking, the answer is going to be yes. We still recommend you consider a prenuptial agreement even if all of your family wealth is held in trust. There are three primary reasons. First, the default matrimonial law varies greatly between states. And if you don't have a prenuptial agreement, the law that will apply to a divorce is the law where the couple resides at the time of a divorce. So you cannot lock in a favorable regime. With a prenuptial agreement, you can, within reason, choose which law will apply. This is important because jurisdictional differences can be extreme. New York and Connecticut, for example, two neighboring states, have vastly different rules. In New York, there are two separate categories of property. There's separate property and marital property, and only marital property is subject to equitable distribution upon a divorce. Whereas in Connecticut, all property is on the table. So if your son or daughter receives a trust distribution, a gift, an inheritance during their lifetime, in Connecticut, that could be vulnerable in a divorce. Whereas in New York, that's going to be protected as his or her separate property. Second, the law as it relates to trusts and divorce is rapidly evolving and is often judge-made. So even if you do your due diligence and decide you're comfortable with the law as it stands at the time you get married, it could evolve in a way that's not in your best interest and leave you in a vulnerable position at the time of a divorce. Third, every state's law has loopholes that we prefer to close with a prenuptial agreement. For example, in New York, appreciation on separate property, which accrues during a marriage, is marital property if that appreciation is due to one spouse's active efforts. In sum, a prenuptial agreement acts as a hedge against changes to the law and relocation. It closes loopholes that otherwise could result in significant exposure for your family. Even if you decide that a prenuptial agreement is not the right fit for your family, we always recommend that you consult with a lawyer so that you can fully understand the risks involved and so that you can structure your estate planning thoughtfully to mitigate those risks.